About 10,000 years ago.
Oh, it's really just 10 years ago.
10 years ago, everybody, a portal out of nowhere appeared.
Actually, it wasn't a single portal. There were many of them connecting our world with the other dimensions.
There are many magical beasts inside of them. Because they have magical beasts in their names, they hunt down everybody. Normal bullets don't work on them.
But there are some specific group of people known as the hunters. They hunt down the magical beast and are known as the ultimate
A
predator.
hunter is called hunter because he hunts down the creature and gets something valuable out of them.
And you might be wondering who buys these items from them. It's the government. They want to extract the pure energy out of them. I simply cannot wait for the cute anime scientists with wands and potion in their hands.
Apparently, the Korean government doesn't have hunters inside their military army, even though every Korean needs to do 2 years of mandatory military services. The government authorities have a metric system to judge the hunters and beasts. Both the hunters and the beast are ranked on the single scale of S to D. S stands for the super and D stands for all the way to down.
Obviously, people like me, the drama sense, are considered as S-class. There are some red ants into the class A, a speedy guy into the D, and the healer chick into the B, and C stand for the Chuti hunters.
If you have understood the concept of solo leveling, congratulations. Now it's time for the surprise test. Question number 1. On which rank does the normal people stands on?
No, normal people don't stand on this list. It's only for hunters.
Question number 2. This is our main character. He is weak, loser, selfless and protective. Where does he stand on the list?
He doesn't have a girlfriend either.
E dear.
So, our main character Jinwoo is the weakest hunter in the world. He is hopeless, he doesn't have a dad, his mother is hospitalized, and his sister goes to school.
Now Jinwoo has to pay a lot of money to the hospital and the school. He take these high quality dungeons, but the problem is he is too weak. But one day Jinwoo goes to a D rank dungeon with lots of people and healer chick too. Jinwoo somehow survives the dungeon, but the group realize that the dungeon isn't closing yet. In solo leveling, the dungeons generally close when they are done, but this time was special. They find another dungeon which is probably a D class dungeon too. They decided to go inside the dungeon because of some greedy people in their group.
Jinwoo was one of them.
It wasn't a normal dungeon, it was a double dungeon. Inside the dungeon, they haven't found a single magical beast. But at the end of the dungeon, there is a temple. The temple is called Cartian Temple. There are some statues, a magical circle and scriptures inside the temple. The scriptures have 3 rules regarding to the dungeon. First, respect the god. Second, praise the god. And third, prove your faith to the god. Suddenly, the door closes and PCs die one after another surprisingly. Because the Jinwoo is the weakest in the group, he has the sense, and the sense is known as
レプレソワーズセンス
My god. I have heard about this sense and watched in Korean cinemas millions of times, but this is kind of shitty sense.
Anyways, because this is a temple and there has to be a god in the middle, the god gets up from the throne and itself kill the hunters. Suddenly, Jinwoo realized that if he wants to leave this dungeon, he has to follow the god's rule. Jinwoo requests everybody to bow against the god.
And the god gets really happy.
But as soon as everybody gets up again, God starts to kill NPCs again.
My god, such a self-centric god. I bet he is going to be happy again when you put some money in his donation box. Anyways, it's time for the second rule, which is to praise the god. I know what you're thinking, but that's not going to work. Alright, rest in pieces. So, there are some statues with instruments in their hands. And only those statues can praise the god. Jinwoo and remaining rush to the statues. But there is a problem. There are many instrumental statues, but there is only one person who can activate a single statue. So if there are 10 statues, there need to be 10 persons. So which means if 2 people stands under a single statue, they are going to die. And that is the same problem faced by Jinwoo. He and the healer girl came under the same statue. So Jinwoo rushes to the statue and loses his leg in the end. All the 6 statues praise the god and calm down.
And the people who don't praise the god dies brutally. Show your faith to the god.
Show your faith to the god. The group thinks that it is the rule of sacrifice. All of the members reach in the magic circle for the next process, and time starts to tick. And there are soldier statues right beside the instrument statues. They attack everybody who is not noticing them. So Jinwoo and everybody starts to observe them like it's a game. Everybody distributes a particular statue, so the statues don't kill them. But suddenly a gate opens out of nowhere. It is the exit gate. Everybody leaves the crippled Jinwoo behind and betrays him. And now because the Jinwoo don't have enough eyes to notice every statue on the game, the statues brutally murders him. On the way of his dying, Jinwoo curses everybody who betrayed him. But when he is about to get sacrificed, a screen out of nowhere appeared in front of dying Jinwoo. It says side quest completed. Side quest is known as the courage of weak. So yeah, whatever happened to the Jinwoo was just a side quest. And he received a satisfying reward, which is the solo leveling. I haven't told you before, but in the verse of solo leveling, you cannot level up as a hunter. But after this reward, level upping can be done by only Jinwoo. Hence, this is called
The solo leveling.